Ever feel like you're staring down a mountain of books?
Yeah.
That feeling of wanting to soak up all that knowledge. But it's like, where do you even start? It can be kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, totally. And the thing is, we all want to learn efficiently, right?
Yeah.
Like, really get the most out of our reading time without feeling like we're drowning in information.
That's exactly what we're going to tackle today. Think of this as your cheat sheet for becoming a power reader.
We've gone deep into some pretty amazing...
It even gets into things like how to talk about books in a more insightful way, and even how to write about what you've read. And what's really interesting, it presents this sort of hierarchy of reading goals.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
So it suggests that engagement, really being present with the text, is the foundation for everything else.
Makes sense. If you're not engaged, are you even really reading?
Exactly. So learner, our mission today is to equip you with actionable strategies, practical tools to transform your reading experience.
We're talking about unlocking deeper levels of meaning, making your reading time more valuable, more rewarding, more enjoyable even.
This isn't about speed reading or skimming. It's about reading with intention, with purpose. Okay, so let's start with that foundation, engagement. Why is that so crucial?
Well, the material really stresses that engagement is where it all begins.
Without it, focus and stamina, those things you need to make progress, they just become a constant struggle.
Like trying to run a marathon on an empty stomach.
Right. And there's this great idea in the material. You've got to get it to be engaged.
What does that mean?
Basically, it means feeling like you're comprehending what you're reading is key to staying involved. If you're constantly lost, you're not going to stick with it.
That's so true. I mean, think about it. If you're struggling to understand the basic meaning, it's like trying to follow a movie with half the scenes missing.
You just give up. So the material suggests if you're not getting it, maybe try a slightly easier text. Or slow down your reading pace.
That makes a lot of sense. Don't be afraid to adjust, right?
Absolutely. And on the other side of that, there's this emphasis on keeping your eyes and mind in the book.
Okay, so not just mindlessly looking at the words.
Right. It's about being present. And that involves this idea of self-correction. Like if you realize your mind has wandered, you gently bring it back and reread. It happens to all of us.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Right. And the material even suggests taking a look at your reading environment. Is something consistently pulling your attention away?
Maybe it's time to ditch that super complex philosophy book during your morning commute.
Exactly. Now, this next strategy is really interesting. Visualize to focus. It's about actively creating a movie in your mind as you read.
Wait, so like actually picturing the scenes?
Yes. Engaging all your senses. The material suggests pausing and asking yourself, what do I see? What do I hear? What can I feel, taste, even smell?
Wow, that's powerful. It's like you're stepping right into the story.
Exactly. It makes the experience so much richer. Okay, so we're engaged, we're focused, but how do we choose books that are going to keep us in that zone?
That's where things get really strategic. The material suggests thinking about books you've loved in the past, like choose books for a best fit.
So if you really enjoyed that suspenseful thriller, maybe look for something similar.
Exactly. It's about using your positive reading experiences as a guide.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
And then there's choose books with your identity in mind. This one's great. It encourages you to connect your reading to your other interests.
Like if you're a history buff, maybe dive into some historical fiction.
Or if you're passionate about science, look for books that explore those concepts in an accessible way.
Love that. It makes reading feel less like an obligation and more like an extension of what you already love.
And this one's super cool, finding reading territories. It's about becoming a detective of your own reading preferences.
Ooh, how do you do that?
The material says to make 2 lists, one of books you loved and one of books you didn't.
Okay, so far so good.
Then you look for patterns. What kind of characters do you gravitate toward? What themes really keep you turning the pages? What genres consistently grab you?
And what genres consistently, don't.
Exactly. It's all about understanding your own unique reading map.
Love that analogy.
All right, let's talk about actually understanding what we're reading, starting with fiction. And what better place to start than with characters?
Characters are the heart of so many stories, right? They make us feel, they make us think.
Absolutely. And understanding them goes way beyond just knowing their names. The material emphasizes this great strategy. Characters do. Characters say.
So it's not just about what they say, but what they do.
Exactly. Their actions are just as important as their words. Both reveal so much about who they are.
It's like we're piecing together a puzzle. Right.
Totally. And the material takes it even further with talk and actions as windows. It highlights the importance of those little details,
Mm.
like dialogue tags.
Oh, yeah, like he said angrily or she whispered softly.
Exactly. Those are clues to their emotions, their motivations. And sometimes the author might deliberately leave out a strong emotional tag, forcing you to read between the lines.
Interesting. It makes you work for it a little bit.
Right. And it's important to remember that characters are complex. The material reminds us that there's more than one side to every character.
Like in real life. Right. Nobody's perfectly good or perfectly bad.
Exactly. Characters has contradictions, they have internal struggles, and that's what makes them so fascinating.
It's what makes them feel real.
Now let's talk about theme, that underlying message or idea that the author is exploring.
Yeah, theme can sometimes feel a little slippery.
It can, but the material gives us some helpful ways to grasp it. One strategy is notice a pattern and give advice.
Okay, what does that look like?
Well, themes often emerge through recurring patterns in the story, or through the lessons that characters learned. So the material suggests thinking about what advice you'd give to a character based on their experiences.
Interesting. So, like, if I were this character, what would I have done differently?
Right, and that can lead you to the theme, like what's the author trying to say about life or human nature?
Got it. And there's another strategy. Dig deeper to find a story's topics.
This one's about identifying those core one-word topics that are central to the story, like love, loss, betrayal, redemption.
Okay, so the topics are like the ingredients, and the theme is the finished dish.
I like that. It's the author's take on those underlying ideas. And this strategy really resonated with me. What can characters teach us?
Oh, I love that one.
It's about reflecting on the characters and thinking about what life lessons we can learn from them, both positive and negative.
It reminds us that stories aren't just entertainment. They can offer real insights into the human experience. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about nonfiction.
Nonfiction can require a different kind of mental muscle, right?
Definitely. It's less about following a narrative and more about absorbing information, understanding concepts, and sometimes even dissecting arguments.
Right. And the material offers some great strategies for this. One important idea is recognizing that one text, multiple ideas, can exist within a single work.
Meaning?
Well, each chapter or section might have its own main point, and those points all contribute to the overall purpose of the book.
So it's like breaking down a complex argument into smaller, more manageable chunks.
Exactly. And then there's boxes and bullets.
Hmm.
This is a great visual tool for organizing information. You create a box for the main idea and then list supporting details as bullet points underneath.
Ah, so you can visually see the relationship between the main points and the evidence?
Yeah.
I like that.
And then there's this super practical question. Is it a key detail? When you're reading nonfiction, you're often hit with a lot of facts.
Right, and it's easy to get bogged down in all the details.
Exactly. So the material says to constantly ask yourself, does this fact directly support the main idea? If it doesn't, it might not be essential for understanding the core message.
It's all about filtering and prioritizing, finding those nuggets of gold.
Now, engaging with nonfiction isn't just about passively reading. The material encourages us to compare new to known.
Meaning?
It means actively connecting new information to what you already know, and even trying to visualize the concepts.
That's so helpful. It makes the new information stick better.
And this next strategy is so simple, yet so effective. Click and clunk. As you read, pay attention to how well you're understanding. If something clicks, great, you're following along. But if something clunks, meaning it's confusing, stop and reread that section.
So basic, but so important. Don't just keep plowing through if you're not getting it.
And finally, don't underestimate the value of text features in nonfiction.
You mean things like headings, subheadings, charts, and graphs?
Yep, those aren't just there for decoration. They can provide valuable clues about the content and help you understand the structure of the text.
They're like signposts, guiding you through the information.
Now let's talk about vocabulary. Encountering unfamiliar words can be a real roadblock in any type of reading.
For sure, it can totally disrupt your flow.
The material suggests using context to infer, to figure it out. Look at the surrounding words, look for any pictures, and try to guess the meaning.
It's like being a word detective.
And this one's clever. Mood as a clue to meaning. Think about the overall feeling of the sentence or paragraph. Is it serious? Humorous? Critical? That can give you hints about the meaning of the unknown word.
Wow, that's really insightful. I never thought about it that way.
And then there's look for little words inside big words. Break down those longer words into prefixes, suffixes, and root words.
like finding those building blocks.
Now, reading isn't always a solo activity, right?
Definitely not. It's fun to talk about books with others and share recommendations.
The material touches on that. It emphasizes the importance of knowing your audience and being able to articulate why you loved a particular book.
And even when you are reading on your own, there are ways to engage more deeply. The material mentions quick jots and symbols.
Oh, yeah, like making little notes or using symbols to mark important passages or capture your thoughts.
It's like having a conversation with the text.
And finally, the material encourages us to reflect on reading history. Take some time to think about what reading experiences have been most rewarding for you, what strategies have worked, and what you might want to tweak.
It's about constantly learning and evolving as a reader.
So, learner, as we wrap up, let's highlight a few key strategies that you can start using right away. I think visualization is a game changer.
Absolutely. Creating that movie in your mind as you read, it really boosts engagement and memory.
And that click or clunk strategy is so simple, yet so powerful. It keeps you honest about your comprehension.
And of course, choosing books that genuinely interest you is key. Use those strategies we talked about. Choose like books and choose books with your identity in mind.
Those strategies are all about making your reading time more enjoyable, more effective, and more rewarding.
They're like shortcuts to deeper understanding.
So next time you pick up a book, try consciously applying just one or two of these techniques. See what happens.
And think about this, learner. How might these strategies change your relationship with reading? What new discoveries are waiting for you? It's an exciting journey, and there's always more to explore.
Happy reading, learner.
Happy reading!